This is an extension block tape job for the elbow. Common mechanism of injury is either a fall and outstretched hand or any mechanism that causes a hyperextension of the elbow. What you can do is you can take the athlete into their painful range, then back off 10 to 25%, have them hold that position. You apply tough skin over the area to protect the skin and help with the adherence of the tape. Applying Pro Wrap, making sure that you leave enough space for you to apply your anchors. You place anchors above and below. When you go through the bicep, make sure they tighten up the bicep so you don't crank too hard through that area. Remember to finish your tape on the opposite side of where the stress on the tape is. In other words, in this particular case, on the back. Generally, I will attach 2 anchors above because the amount of stress that goes through the tape. And 2 below, making sure that you're right on skin. Ending on the opposite side. You're now going to put your blocks in place. So what you're going to do is run from the anchor in the forearm to the anchor in the bicep. You're now going to put in your blocks. So you want to measure the length of the strip you need, and you want a little bit more length than what appears necessary to cover between the 2 anchors. The number of blocks you put in are dependent on the size of the individual. So what you want to do is you want to put that block in position, put a stretch on the block, put it in position, and allow the other part just to sit above and a little bit below. Again, what you would do is then measure 2 more strips, and you're going to create a fan across that middle. Again, make sure you stretch the middle portion and just lay the other one over the top. Again, you want your little stretch through there, coming through, and you're going to create a fan across that elbow. You are then going to re-anchor. One strip at the top and the bottom. A common mistake with this tape job is it will often pop off as soon as the person is in full activity. So what you want to do is you want to take advantage of locking it in position first. And then what you do is you fold the other pieces back underneath. And then you would re-anchor onto the skin, and that will lock your actual check reins. Arm out a bit. Overlap by half. Close the last piece. Make sure it's well adhered down. And when you stretch out, he should feel like he can't get into full extension. And what will happen is because you folded back two of your check reins on each other, you can't pull the check rein off. If you do not fold it back, as soon as he straightens his arm, the check rein will pop. If this is not stable enough, you can put check reins of leukopee or zinc oxide right over top of these check reins to tighten it up. And that will help stabilize it even further. Also, what you can do is if this irritates the person, you can actually come in, because of the fact that there's Pro Wrap underneath, you can actually come in underneath the Pro Wrap and get the athlete to hold the strap apart. You can feed leukopee underneath and they can let go, and you can actually get rid of the glue in that area so it's not touching up against the skin anymore. And when he straightens his arm again, it still blocks extension but doesn't become sticky through the bend of the elbow and doesn't bother him during sports.